I am joined on the Europe Drum Show official podcast by the legend that is Christoph Schneider. Yeah. How are you?
Here, hello, here I am. I'm very honored that you invited me for that, and I love to talk to you in your podcast, and I'm very excited
Oh,
about
you stop it.
yeah,
Stop it.
joining the drum show.
Stop it. We've
Yeah.
just met. Come on. um, Christoph, firstly, you will be playing on Saturday, the 29th of March, on the main stage of the Europe Drum Show at 5:15. I think it's probably fair to say you are most famous for being the drummer in Ramstein, and it is just an absolute pleasure to have you here on this podcast and also have you play this amazing event for us. Um, I
Mhm.
was I was wondering if you and I, because we've never met before, and I was wondering if you and I could play a quick game called This or That to break the
Okay.
ice, where basically you have to choose one of the two things you prefer, but you don't have to tell us why.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try.
Okay, let's try. It's only five questions, so it's a quick game. Which has got the most iconic drum intro? We Will Rock You by Queen or Rosanna by Toto? Which to you is most iconic?
For me personally, it would be "We Will Rock You."
Okay, yeah, I get that. Do you prefer, Christoph, streaming your music or physical releases? Which do you prefer?
I'm fine with the streaming. Also,
Okay.
yeah, but I love all the old times when you
The
had the
vinyl.
music in your hand and the vinyl, of course, yeah.
Okay.
But time goes, and we all have to accept it. Yeah.
Okay. Um, let's say, for example, you're building a drum kit, but you can either have more toms or more cymbals. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer to have more drums, or do you feel that you can express yourself with more cymbals?
Oh my God, I would love to have more toms.
More toms,
Yes,
okay, all right.
yes.
Uh, do you prefer playing an indoor venue or being part of a festival lineup?
I love to play outside. I love playing in fresh air, and rather to play in clubs.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
really enjoying this. Appreciate because
yeah,
you're not sweating so much.
yeah, and also for a Ramstein show, you sort of got to be outside, haven't you? It's such a massive show.
Yeah, I get so used to playing stadium shows. I cannot play in any small club anymore. I'm sorry.
No, no. Uh, and my last question: the world before the internet or the world after? Which do you prefer? Before the world before the internet or
Yeah,
after?
that's a huge question. I miss things from the time before the internet. Yeah, we were talking more to each other, spending more real
Yes.
life time together. But yeah, so many advantage also of the digital life. We don't want to miss anymore. So we have to learn how to handle it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah.
And the internet is responsible for making so many musicians successful, right? And I wonder if the internet in itself has made the music industry more of a level playing field. Do you think?
Indeed, the internet is helping so much to make bands or artists more popular.
Mhm.
Also, in our case, what like that? Yeah, we, for example, haven't played 10 years in the United States.
Mhm.
And we kind of, yeah, thought, okay, we don't want to play that market anymore. And then came back after 10 years, internet, and people were very curious about it and
Yeah,
bought our tickets. And we were growing without being present. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But on the other hand, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is an advantage, but there's so many things. They are very annoying these days. Yeah, you're spending so way too much with your digital toys and
Mhm.
with social media, and you're so seduced by those things that we all have to find a way how to, yeah, um, watching
To get
ourselves,
used to
not
it. Yeah, yeah.
to be to go too much for that. Yeah.
You've traveled the world. You've performed with Ramstein. You've performed with other musicians. You move in some of the most rock and roll circles known to man at the moment. Could I ask you, since the beginning of your drumming career, what has been the biggest Spinal Tap moment? What has happened on stage where you've thought this could be in Spinal Tap, or something crazy has happened, or you've, I don't know, fallen off your drum seat during a drum solo or something? What's happened that you couldn't recreate that moment, and it's very Spinal Tap?
The first thing, it's very, yeah, it's maybe not the most funniest, but it's a funny story. What came into my mind was a show when in the middle of a concert, my bass drum pedal was breaking.
Oh
So
no.
the spring went off or something like that, and I was so upset about that. And I remember that I was trying to fix it during it because I didn't have a drum tech those days. It was Rammstein already, yeah, but in the very beginning, and I remember there was a kind of a electronic part where the keyboarder was dancing, and I tried in the middle of in the fog and whatever was going on there, try to fix my pedal underneath my drum pad because I didn't have a substitute, and I kind of did it, yeah. And until of it asked me, Schneider, what is going on? Can you use the trigger? Can't you use the trigger? That was his solution. I had it. He heard about that. I have also a trigger on my bass drum and he said I can only maybe use only the trigger. Yeah. And I said, yeah, I will somehow I will do it. That was a kind of Final Tap moment. Yeah.
Yes, a hundred
There
percent.
were.
That's amazing. Well, not amazing for you, but it would have been. It's a funny story, right? That's a good one. You are headlining the Europe Drum Show, 2025 in Friedrichshafen, in March, 29th of March. How does it for you, Christoph, feel to be asked to not only play, but to also headline such an enormous weekend of drums? Because all eyes will be on you.
That's a huge pressure. You don't say it in that way. I'm just coming and playing. You know what? I haven't done these kind of things. Will be my first time. I never played on any drum show or any drum event or any kind of those things. But I always was afraid of. So now I have a little bit more of the time, and I thought maybe I should do that because been asked, and this is a nice event. And don't expect too much. I will play a couple of Rammstein songs. That's it. That's it. I'm, I'm not a kind of this drummer who can show off a lot of things. I'm a band drummer, and
Okay.
I will keep do that. And I, I think it's gonna be fun, but don't expect too much.
I think you're an incredible drummer. I think you are insanely talented, and to even say not expect too much, I think even just the minute you get behind that kit, you'll be blowing everyone away. I know you will. What do you think you're going to be doing at the Europe Drum Show that might be different to what other drummers could be doing?
Um,
I mean, obviously they're not going to be
you,
playing
you
Ramstein tracks.
I were playing along to Rammstein tracks, like to the backing tracks we have, and I add some guitars and but I won't use much of the singing, so you can hear what's going on, what I'm playing to when I'm playing a Rammstein show. I think that could be interesting for the audience. How I'm very used to play click tracks all the life, doing all the live shows and sequencing electronic stuff, and this is my kind of style. Playing along to machines, and I can do it quite well over the meantime. And this is what my playing in Rammstein is about, yes. And then that's what I want to show. I'm not that type of big solo drummer and can do all the styles and show what I can do. So don't expect that from me, but I can show you how to play along those tracks. And these music are still very exciting, and I will put together some nice tracks, maybe also not so known, um, but it's drama wise a bit more interesting and hopefully make a nice set out of it. Yeah.
I think it will be incredible. I think you're on this stage with that day with legends. You're sharing a stage with Zach Grooves, Steve Smith, Larnell Lewis, Mickey D, formerly of Motorhead, now
Mickey, oh my
of
God. Yes.
do you get nervous before these? When we're talking about those names that you're sharing the stage, do you get nervous, or do you think I'm focused? I'm here to do what I do best.
Of course, I will be nervous to playing among all these legends, all these great drummers like Mickey or Steve Smith and all the others. And I probably not going to watch them because that makes me too nervous after going
Really?
after them. Yeah. I used to watch them a lot. Like, for example, Mickey is a good friend of mine, and I visit him on several shows, even doing Motorhead. And um, so he's a very nice guy, and I very like his drumming style. He's very forward, and he is also sticking to that what he can do, what he is about, what is
Mhm.
his decade of music, and he's a one of the great drummers of for me of the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh, Motorhead were the first major band that I ever saw live. And as a drummer myself, watching Mickey, I was like, my mind was blown. Um,
yeah.
the room will be filled at the Europe Drum Show. The room will be filled with aspiring drummers of all ages, of all abilities. What would your advice be to a drummer that wanted to pursue a successful career in the way that you have with Ramstein and with all your other projects as well? How do people get to that next step?
Yeah, it's an interesting question these days. If you watch all the drumming on the internet, and there are so many so many guys, they're doing incredible things right now. Where you think, for example, yeah, how they do that, and if I see that, I don't want to even get started with drumming. But don't forget, drumming is a lot of fun, and it doesn't matter on which level you are playing. Don't, yeah, go your own way and go for the people maybe you are really feel musically related to. Have a
Hmm.
good feeling with whom you're playing together and start your own thing. And don't see yourself not only as a drummer, as a musical artist or whatever, as an instrumentalist, but then you also be part of something, or be part of a musical project. That's what always I was interested in. I haven't seen myself not just like a drummer anytime. I was always part of a band or of a musical
Hmm.
project, and there's so much more when you are in this kind of unit or the kind of team uh, to do than drumming. Yeah, than deciding about the music and about
Yes.
the artwork and all the things, all the questions about a band. Yeah, and this is so much fun, and even I think also these days it could be a goal for young drummers doing that. And it doesn't matter. Find your style, your what you like to do. You don't have to be the best in any style. Yeah, for
Mhm.
in of drumming. They, there's only a few drummers that can do that. They can play everything, but you have to find your niche.
And do you think, Christoph, that sight reading is important to aspiring drummers? Should drummers be able to take sheet music with them and be able to kind of read that? Or for you, is drumming more about the feel of the instrument and how you connect with the song, in that emotional kind of way? What would your suggestion be?
now the second thing that was more my way, yeah, I was kind of be part in the rehearsal room and the guitar player was playing something and I emotionally played along somehow and
Yeah.
I didn't put sometimes I made notes, yeah, about certain rhythms, but
Mm,
I'm not a great sheet reader. I can do
sure.
it, but I never had to do that, because none of my band members doing that. Yeah, we always
Hmm.
doing the music kind of emotionally and from our heads, and this is not very complicated to keep in your mind, but it is a big advantage if you can read music. If you can do it and you have the possibility to learn it and do it, then you can also play music from other times, from other bands, from other drummers, and it is so inspiring to figure out how they approach their music. Maybe they didn't read music that the days when John Bonham played to some Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin songs. Probably not, but you can also, if you can read the sheet of today and can play his song, then you learn about his drumming. Yeah,
Amazing.
that's.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely get that.
You get
Um,
it, what I wanted to say?
yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm there. I'm there. It's cool. Um, how for somebody watching this or listening to this in 100 years' time, how would you like to be remembered? What is the Christoph Schneider legacy that you would like to leave behind? Is it that you're a drummer?
Oh
Is
my
it
God.
Ramstein? Is it that you're a family man? Is it what is it your friends? What is your legacy?
Oh, so big questions. I mean,
I know, and it's
yes.
early in the morning as well, isn't it?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very grateful that I found in my life this family, which call my band. Yeah, we know each other now for almost 35 or 40 years and been playing music such a long time together. And was for me the most important thing to found that family. Without them, I wouldn't sit here now and talk to you about drumming. And I hope that the somebody will remember our music in 100 years, and I could be a part of that. But yeah, I don't know what my contribution to the drumming world. Maybe there is a little thing, yeah, but I would like to be remembered as a band member of that big lifetime project, what my band is about, and yeah, and yeah, I developed a certain style of playing in that band for sure,
Mm.
which wasn't maybe my dream uh, when I wanted to be a drummer. I had to get rid of a lot of things I I thought I can do, which I couldn't play in the context of that band. So I left a lot of things beside
Wow.
and concentrated on simple solutions and when you start playing the machines and you figure out that you cannot play this kind of type of fill and that type of fill, and because you're running out of time. Yeah, but now I really get yeah, but maybe kind of answered your question. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I like to be remembered as a part of the band. Yeah, and
Yes.
so far from that point, I'm sitting here now. You never know what comes.
You're an incredible drummer, and you are responsible for inspiring so many other thousands of drummers out there. Not only do I think you're an amazing player, I think that Ramstein are a great band, and the live shows that you guys do are there's no other band that does a live show like Rammstein. You know, you guys really do put in so much focus to make those performances as memorable as possible. I do, with the fire and the lights and just everything. You know, it's an amazing
Uh,
experience. But Christoph will be headlining the Europe Drum Show at 5:15 p.m. on Saturday, the 29th of March. And thank you, Christoph, so much for coming on, for joining us on the Europe Drum Show official podcast. And we cannot wait to see what you bring to the table on that main stage.
oh, I hope I'm gonna. No, yeah, I'm really looking forward doing this, and I'm very happy. And wanted to say thank you for the invitation and giving me that opportunity. And I will give my best to show what I can do.